Hey, this is Dr. Traci K. I love you in this place. I want to talk to you today about something that you shouldn't ignore. If you found this video, then you should not ignore it. It's something that I'm always dealing with, and I wanted to share it with you because I think a lot of you out here have. So, what I want to talk about is codes, messages, and sometimes if you're not paying attention, there's messages trying to get to you through things, signs, and awareness. And a lot of times you might notice something peculiar, like 11:11. When you, how many of you out here have looked at your clock, looked at certain things, and you've seen 11:11? It's everywhere. Like it's 11:11. You're looking on your stove clock. 11:11 on your microwave. 11:11 all of a sudden on your computer. It's 11:11 driving somewhere. 11:11, you hear it. It's really weird, right? You're like, well, what does that mean? What does that mean to me? There's something there. It keeps getting repeated, right? Well, I'm out here. I'm going to help you. I'm going to let you know. But what does it mean to you? You see on the clock. You see it maybe on license plates, even receipts. Maybe it feels like a little whisper from the universe, doesn't it? Maybe you've been told, or maybe you just felt it. That 11:11 is a special number. Something magical happens when you notice that time, like the universe is giving you a little nudge, a reminder, a message, a winky wink, hello, ding ding. You know, hello, life's a hustle, you gotta notice it. And look at the 11:11. Don't dismiss this. It's just a coincidence, right? No, it couldn't mean anything. No, you're wrong. Do not ignore it. You see, number 11:11 is more than just a time on the clock. It's a message. It's a moment. A sign. It's a something that you is at play in your life. And you'd be foolish to let it pass you by without paying attention. Now, I'm not saying that 11 is going to be problems or it's a magical fix in your life for everyone. No. But it's so good. It's a wake-up call. Can I get a wake-up call? Can I get so good because it's a reminder of a bigger purpose, a bigger calling, and that you are part of something greater than yourself. Every time you see 11:11, it's like the universe is telling you and tapping you on your shoulder that something is going on that you have manifested or that you have put in place, or there's an affirmation that you've been doing in the world, or there's an alignment that you need to realign yourself, or that you are aligned for you, or that an angel is a message, or many people just ignore this. But why do you ignore this no more? It's not a coincidence. I'm telling you so good. Love you in this place. You gotta listen. Are you listening? Don't ignore it. It's a sign. It's saying that you're manifesting something. That number is to tell you that there is a message there. It is a sign that you are, something's happening great in your life. Don't ignore it. Signs are green because if you miss it, it costs you big. The universe, God, whatever your higher power is you believe in, getting your attention, is trying to tell you something. And if you ignore it, you're going to be dismissing it. And you won't see it, and you'll shut you off. Leveling up experience and opportunity to change your life. Every time you brush that off or nudge it off or walk past it, the next phase of your life, to parallel with that alignment on your journey, you know you've all been through tough times, right? It's setbacks, comebacks, setbacks again, in a rut, stuck, bored. When am I going to think? When am I going to do this? When's I do something. I manifest this. I manifest that. I'm trying and trying and trying. I'm praying and praying and praying. But still, I'm not getting this. All these bumps in the roads. These detours are just a universe testing you. Why can't my child talk right? Why is this going to be? It's karma. 11. Maybe it's coming back at you. It's a mirror, like it's something better, but it could be heading in this alignment. You need to realign and understand that it's a message is planned, that you've got to learn to trust it and look for that next opportunity and don't ignore it for that time. Don't brush it off. It's that moment. Stop, think, wait. 1111 is not just a signal. It's a call to you. It's a call to really check yourself. Maybe that's time for you to meditate. Maybe it's time to sit quietly and listen. There's something bigger here that's guiding you. That problem, that thing you're trying to do, or that solve, or relationship, or career, or project, or whatever you're trying to do, that invisible force is trying to tell you that, hello, I've got a message for you. The energy of the universe is telling you something. It's all real. It's all here to help you, to present yourself of tension, of realigning, getting back on that path. Maybe it's to level you up. Maybe it's to get you noticed about an opportunity. Maybe it's a door you missed or it's getting ready to open. Pay attention. Don't ignore it. It's an opportunity that's coming your way. If you're not in alignment, you'll be chasing things that aren't meant for you, wasting your energy on people. I know, I understand situations and goals, wrong directions, changing directions. But when you are in tune with yourself, when you're listening to those signs, when you're paying attention to the moment that feel like it's sacred, 1111 is one of those moments. It's the flow. You're in the rhythm. Yes, you are. So good. You're in the rhythm. Everything is falling into place. But let me be clear. Flow isn't always so easy. It takes work. It takes courage. It takes time. It takes practice. You've got to get into that comfort zone. You've got to get into that feeling. You can't just be in that low level, like daily, whatever. You go, you got to actually feel what it is. You got to really understand, because there's that job you have, that relationship, or that situation that leaves you feeling stuck. 1111 is a reminder that you don't have to stay stuck. There's always a way out. There's always another path. There's a new opportunity waiting for you. If you're willing to see it, if you're willing to test it, if you're willing to take awareness and present itself to you, so be it. So good. Take a breath. Look at where you are in your life. What are you working on right now? What's your focus? Are you on the right path? Are you doing the work to get where you want to go? If not, 1111 is there to remind you that this is your shift. Step into your dreams. It's time to put in the effort. It's time to get in alignment. You're supposed to be. Yes, indeed. So you need to not ignore it. There's a reason why you're watching this video. There's a reason. Yes, too many people get through life half awake. They're not moving in my emotion paper. I know when I woke up and I became enlightened and stuff, everybody thought I was on drugs. Like, oh, you sound like you're not saying you're on drugs. But you're crazy. Yes, I'm crazy, and I feel good because it's crazy. When people aren't that way, they're in that low level, selfish and self-centered, into those signs of where they just don't feel the vibration. They're in that 2.0 whatever, where I'm in that 300. Have you ever done any vibrational testing? In the description box, I'm going to give you that chance. Give you that opportunity to right now find out where you're vibrating at. Maybe it's time for you to level up. And if you want to really learn about frequency and how to tap into that vibration to help you get in line, so you can not just stay the 11, you can see other signs. Let me remind you that you can be on the right track, and these frequencies can help guide you in those right tracks. And if you want to learn and get a course, and I have a course for you that you'll love. It's the so-called frequency courses, and I got all the courses all the frequencies. You can learn every single one of them. You can learn each frequency and tap it into your life, and those messages will become clear and you'll automatically feel it, but you can also teach others. So you can't wait for these things to magically get better. You've got to step it up, you've got to level it up, and take and put in the work. And that's the beauty of 1111. 1111 is a sign, a frequency, you're not vibrating in alignment. And that's why a lot of people don't understand, people like me or maybe family members don't understand that. Or it's a tap in. I get my point where I'm just like, okay, let me these headphones on. PTSD or whatever, it taps in and I'm asleep. And it takes over my body. And you have no control of that. And you're like, okay, there's something here. And that's true. That can actually happen. And that shows a proof that you can actually reprogram your brain. And it does that. If you're tapping into frequency and you've got those headphones on, you're listening to certain frequency, listen to me fall asleep in that movie. You're listening to you can actually become and be hypnotized into that. You can actually do that. I know. It's actually happened to me. And if you're in that mindset, so we all make those mistakes, of course. That's the same way within our regular life as we get into that same stuck pattern that we do every time we wake up. We need to change that level. So 1111 is telling you, hey, it's here. This moment is not to be passed by. Pay attention. Take a moment to reflect and check in with yourself. Are you living the life you want to live? It's time to check into that right direction that serves you truly your purpose. A lot of times, when you're trying to, you have to break free of that because you're in a bondage. A lot of times you'll notice that, like myself, when I'm trying to break bondage, I've been so reprogrammed if you've been stuck in that programming for 30 years or 20 years, it's going to be hard. And a lot of times, that's going to be hard. I know. I used to sleepwalk when I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I was doing these things, and what are you doing? It happens to me now. Menopause is making it worse. It's depending on your hormones. It's a transition in your life. You know? Haven't you ever had that where you're watching the TV, leave the TV on, all of a sudden you're sleepwalking, possibly, but you don't know you're calling people on the phone. Or you have a dream and nightmares. So when you're waking in these type of dreams, you're seeing these messages and you're saying, there's something that you're not aligned with, and you're needing to, something else is controlling this because you're stuck in that pattern. You're still fighting that. So we go through this often because it's on autopilot. If you're stuck in that autopilot, you're stuck in that capacity where you had issues happen to you for years and years and years, and you're still trying to break them. This is a good sign. These are also could be good signs that you're on your way to breaking from those patterns. And 1111 could be a reminder that you might be on that alignment of what's happening in your life. You're finally going to break free of that bondage, that tracking, that old way of how they had you in that mindset. Ask and you shall receive. And I want to break free. You want to be free. You want your true desires to be present truly. You want that new relationship. Maybe you can still connect on a frequency of your family because they're causing you to have these constant barriers, and you're breaking and you're getting angry, and it's constantly being where maybe it's their karma, and the universe is using you against them because of their ways to teach them a lesson. So it's like, how am I supposed to understand that? 1111 is actually could be a message from you. Messaging be 1111 saying that you're now breaking free from all that from the past. You no longer need that anymore, and because God or the universe is tapping you into, and that's gotta be scary. Because if you're in that comfort zone, but then maybe that could be a message to where you're finally going to be able to say, well, you're going to have to step out of the comfort zone because you're getting prepared, and don't be scared because fear is not what you need to be. You need to be joyful and peaceful and never have fear because he'll never let you go into something that you're not ready for. Just understand that. Never forsake you. Just remember that. universe can guide you. It's up to you to act. You have to be ready. If you're not ready, it's a self-responsibility. It's a self-empowered growth depending on the effort you're willing to take. It's time for you to grow. It's time to you to be able to take action, to be required. It's a learning process. Whatever you're wanting to be journey, or whatever kind of, whether it's abuse, whether it's past reprogramming, whether it's a mental health, whether it's a injury, whether it's career issues, whether it's generational curses. 1111 is a reminder that your life of your dream is about to begin, and they don't want you to hold back. It's easy to stay in what's familiar. It feels safe. Nothing's extraordinary. Playing a small thing. Feel this as a natural process, a part of a human experience. But that doesn't mean you should be thinking, that's weird, freaking me out. It's a nudge. Don't fear. The truth is, you will never grow if you don't challenge yourself. You have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to try things and take that risk, but feel uncomfortable. But keep a joy in your heart. Fear not. Remember, because you're never alone. You're never going to break you if it wasn't meant to be. This is a sign of discomfort that when you push through fear, you open yourself to new opportunities, new perspectives you couldn't have imagined. The safe zone is what is okay. But trust your journey. Trust your process by stepping into the unknown. You are creating the space. You're pushing the space out. And that way, you know that when that time comes, it will be guided. That's telling you that you are going to be able to handle it. So fear not. It is written, and it's so many times. And then you will learn how to be able to handle certain things. Everything that you dealt with, it will fall away and never be part of you anymore, because you will be over that. Because they can't, and they're not in the frequency. Now, if you want to learn about that, what frequencies can I use? See, that's why I was always struggling with stuff, because being disabled with my hearing impairment, I base everything on frequencies. I learned that. And that way, I was able to read people's minds, tap into stuff. I had telepathic. I mean, you would believe very, very young age to see things. And those planes. Now, because of the people that are around me, and because of the things they were in frequency, they just kept pushing me down so I could block those frequencies, and those frequencies would never be shown to me anymore. And I stopped in the pattern. And then when I got into other things, it was like a constant insult, constant push down. It would not let me ever be who I want to be. So that always caused a problem, because in that generation, that's the way they did it. Or they were just jealous, or it was just a point of blank, or they were just going to take it for their own. And they were just jealous because it wasn't always it wasn't about them all the time. They felt like I should be always about them. And that's not the case. You get sick of that, because it's not what we get that. I mean, Jesus is great, but it's not about constantly sacrificing. He sacrificed for us, so it's not about not sacrifice. So you gotta preserve your energy. You can't let that be something that they're constantly taking. That's constantly sucking your life force. That's like the wraith from the Stargate thing. That's sick. And you want to destroy that. You don't want that. But then again, there's a blessing in to be able to give back honor of that. When they give you back that life force, you will become younger and more vital. You become stronger and more brain open. Connections, and that's what you want to do, and these frequencies can do that and tap into it, because that's what because our brain does not connect. I'll show you right now what we really tap into the brain got very far on our connections. If you want to expand that and connect more and open up your mind, expand, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You can do it through frequencies. You can also do it through organic type stuff and natural processes and meditations and prayers. And that's part of the whole process. And connecting on a level you can believe. So if you're interested in that, you don't want to let this go. If you're not, then bypass this video. If you do and you want to test that, look down the description box and look into that further. If you want to study it more, check out some of the offers I have there, okay? This is Dr. Traci K. I love you all, so you get more notification of things that I put out here just for you. Take care.